So those last 5 shots that I've just hit have been some of the best shots I've hit in a long time with my long irons. So let me show you exactly how you can start striking yours. So let's put some context on this. If you think, and have a look at this comment here from BM, right? I'm comfortable with my shorter irons, but as I go into my longer irons, into my hybrids, confidence goes a lot lower. Strike tends to waver a little bit. Now, let me just put something to life here and have a look at this from the player cam perspective. If you're looking down on the golf ball and not seeing a lot of loft, what are you thinking, right? Most of us are thinking, all right, well, get it in the air a little bit more this way. And you know what? That, in some respects, for our head, does make a little bit of sense. You're adding loft, you're hanging back, but that is where we're going to start to strike those longer irons a little bit fat, a little bit thin, and when we come to those par 3s, not actually hit them. When we come into those clubs that we use into the long par 4s, not actually hit them. So, if we can start to strike these longer irons, these clubs that we need on those harder holes, that is how you're going to take 5 shots off your game. And you know what? All you need for this drill is a tee peg. You know what? Sometimes we all need these little reminders. So, at your setup, even with those longer irons, encourage yourself to get that ball position a little bit further forward. I know I'm guilty of this and sort of get a bit blasé with it and just throwing it down and standing to it. The second thing, make your setup look a little bit more aggressive. I want your hands to be just ahead of the golf ball. So when you're looking down again, have a look at this player cam perspective. My knuckles and my glove hand are just on the front edge of the golf ball as I'm looking down. They're not behind, they're not too far ahead, they're just slightly ahead of that golf ball. And you know what? That's all going to encourage, relative to the club that we've got, that downwards hit. And that recipe for striking these long irons is trusting that if you hit down on that golf ball, you're going to get a more centered hit. A more centered hit is going to create more spin and more ball speed, which is going to get that ball in the air, landing soft and really taking some shots off your game. So, going now, grab yourself a tee peg. Have a look at the screen right here. I put on 2 slow-mos. On the left-hand side of the screen, you can see a golf swing where I'm clearly transferring my weight, which is what we are after. On the right-hand side of the screen, you can see me sort of hanging back like that sort of bad one I suggested, that where a lot of us go with the longer irons right at the start. Now pay close attention to the finishing position you can see right here on both of those swings. One of them, the right knee is all the way through. The other one, we're sort of hanging back and we haven't transferred it through. So how I want you to bring this into your game, and the drill I want you to sort of encourage you to do, and start with, let's say, a club that's a little bit more comfortable to start with. So something like a 6 iron, we're then going to hit a 5 iron and then go into that juicy 3 iron, or maybe if you carry a 3 hybrid, that would be something that I would encourage you to use. So address the golf ball, hit those setup points we said earlier, encourage a bit more of a forward ball position and those knuckles ahead of the ball. As you're looking down, a fist width inside your front foot, place a tee peg. Now the objective here is can you finish like this? My right knee, for a right-handed player, getting close to that tee peg. It's not falling and getting back here. Now simply have a look at this. No weight transfer. I'm going to mark the mat around here. Some weight transfer. I'm going to train a more downwards hit, which is, like I said earlier, right? That's your key to success and striking these longer irons. Okay, come on, stick with me here. Let's hit one with 6 iron, 5 iron and 3 iron. Okay, come on, first one. Here we go, 6 iron. That was absolutely crunched. Again, the focus, finishing position. Next up, I've got my 5 iron in my hand, a little bit more of a trickier club. Tee peg, a fist width inside that left heel. Look at that shot. The height, the speed, the strike. So don't forget that this channel is powered by you, the viewer. So anything that you're struggling with in your golf game, as long as you're a subscriber, I will help you. Send me the question in the comments bit down below and we'll be sure to help you play your best golf this winter and even into next summer. I'm your PGA pro. Now time to hit some of these juicy 3-irons. This is the bit you've been waiting for. Let's do it. Just gonna keep reminding you here, bear in mind your ball position, bear in mind your hand position, and that tee peg, it's a fist width inside your front foot. Have a practice swing, gauge it in. Don't worry if you don't get it right straight away with these longer irons. It is gonna be a little bit harder, but trust me on it. I need more of that in my golf swing. Thanks so much for watching today's video. I know it's going to help you dial in that strike with those longer irons.